Hello and welcome. Take a deep breath and join me in a seated position. Close your eyes. And take a deep breath. Let out sound. Settle into a relaxed position. Relaxed mindset. This is going to be a practice in which I release any expectations or attempts to follow a specific guideline or make this a concise and focused video. That's not the point of this practice. So I invite you to join me in this releasing of expectations and just entering the practice in whatever form it takes. Keep your deep breathing going. Feel the air on your skin and the clothes on your skin. What are the sensations that you notice in your body? This is the kind of question that, without answering it, with just noticing what comes up, it can help you settle into your body, into the present. Into the center of yourself, when normally maybe you're a little bit carried off on anxieties or fantasies, which can be good and fun, but especially for generating ideas, sometimes you get off onto a nice stream of fantasy where you're coming up with all kinds of things you're excited about. And I actually think that's a great practice and a good thing to allow. But there's also benefit to just being in the center of your whole being, where you can see out into every aspect of yourself. So there's a few intentions in my mind for this practice. One of them, as I said, is to just let go of expectations and let it be what it will be. And for me, that means acknowledging that this practice is for myself, and anybody who's watching it is invited to partake, but it's not primarily for you, unless you're me, which I guess you probably are. Anyway, that's my first intention. My second intention is to open my body. So this is going to be probably a practice that starts slow, and we'll see if we build up into something a little bit more active, but the primary intention is to open up the whole body in a way that feels good, right? Any tightness, we want to open it up. It's like there's darkness trapped inside your muscles, and as you pull it, the light starts to leak out. It feels so good. It's the stretching sensation. We want to open up the whole body like that. That's the second intention. And the third intention is to practice for a long time. Now for me, I have a kind of goal, or a kind of mode that I can feel myself moving towards that I would like to encourage, which is that I would like to practice always. I would like to always be in practice. And there's a few different things that could mean. When I think of practicing always, 24 hours a day practice, really what it means is moving with intention and moving in a way that encourages opening and the development and use of grace and strength. So that's one way to look at it. The other way to look at it is practice actually on the mat, actually engaging in a time that you've set aside to specifically work on being in your physical body and expanding your awareness of your movements and your ability to move intentionally and in control, which is asana practice. So that's practice on the mat, and then practice in everything you do. And for me, practice in everything you do is something, it's kind of like a reward. It's like a reward that I sometimes get when I have this feeling of flow and connection that results from spending time in devoted practice. So what I would like to do practically as a mode of increasing strength and grace in movement in life is to extend the amount of time each day that I have dedicated to practice. And there's a lot of different formats that practice can take. So if you're practicing, let's say you're practicing for 4 hours a day, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's all strenuous physical activity. Maybe for a lot of that, you're just sitting in a stretch, right? Leaning into it so you feel it very gently, and then breathing. And it's more of a meditation. So yes, this practice is going to be slow and patient. And its intention is to open the body. And I'm going to do that in a way that is casual and released from my concepts of what the format of a video ought to be. So there we go, that's what this is going to be. If your eyes are open, close them once again, bring your hands together at your chest. A wonderful teacher of mine this morning was just talking about this mudra, this hands together in your chest, and how it's a very powerful position to be in. That it's a prayer position, and that really what that means is listening. It's a position where you listen to the truth, listen for the truth, listen for truth, whatever that may be in this moment. So bring your hands together at your chest and listen for a moment. I'm sure you'll hear some of the sounds that are surrounding me. There's some construction noises and some dogs barking, various miscellaneous background India noise. Bow your head, namaste. Namaste to you. All right, I'm gonna back up here onto the mat. And we shall begin. We shall begin on our backs, because that's where I want to begin. And lift your legs straight up, making sure that your lower back is flush with the mat. Lengthen the backs of your legs. Shoot your heels up towards the sky and bring your toes towards your face. Now, very slow, extend your toes to point and flex them back down with your face. As you exhale, point your toes, and as you inhale, flex your toes. We're going to really bring our attention onto our ankle joints here. We want to engage all of the muscles and move smoothly through the range. From full extension to full flexion. Move slowly, move with your breath. keep it going. Hopefully your ankles are starting to feel a little bit tired and the muscles that come up in front of your shin bones. Engage. A couple more. And relax your ankles. Bring the tips of your toes to the floor and look at the screen if you have to. Get a reverse stretch by pushing down on your toes and tucking them in to stretch the front of your feet. Should feel good. And lift your hips up as you do this as well. Very nice. Sit up. We'll come back to the ankles, but we're gonna switch off to the knees first. So straighten your legs in front of you. Reach over your toes. Holding onto your toes, bend one leg and then the other. Just opening up the backs of your legs. One modification I really like to do in this movement is, as I'm straightening my left leg and holding on to my toes, roll the toe around. So make ankle circles as you hold on, and use this to engage the stretch and to move your ankles a little bit against resistance. You can feel into the range of their motion. I don't know if better is the right way to say it, but certainly differently than when we were doing it just now with no resistance. And one of the main purposes of a practice like this is to increase your awareness of the movements of your body. So all the different ways that we can move our body attentively help towards that goal. All right. Bend your right knee up to the chest. Interlock your fingers behind. And on an inhale, straighten the leg up. Very slow. And exhale to lower. Inhale up. And exhale to lower. This is Janu Naman. Knee bending, or knee, Naman actually means to bow down. It's a term of respect. So our knees are actually bowing down. So bending and straightening your knees. Inhale up, exhale down, right knee. Try to engage your left leg, keep your toes pointing up, and straighten your lower back. Keep this going. Engaging the muscles in your hip flexors, the tops of your thighs. Moving slow. Extremely helpful for developing control in your movement. So move slow, move smoothly as you can. Lift your chest. And keep it going. Slow it down even more as you lift up. When you get to the full extension, hold your leg here and rotate your hip gently in and out. So your knee, while pointing straight up, then tilts a little bit to the left and a little bit to the right. Feel the way the different muscles around your hip engage for this twisting motion. and release the leg. Okay. Bring your left foot to the front and your right knee back into a low lunge. We'll just do a little bit of a counter pose here to open up the front of the leg. So enter your low lunge, square your hips. So both hips are completely square, facing forward. And then sink your right hip down, just ever so gently. And see if you can find the place where the stretch feels the nicest. It'll be in whatever muscles you've just been activating. So no need to stay static here. Move around, open out to the right, open or close out to the left. Find movement that opens up the head. And just stay here for a little bit. Start your deep breaths going again. Lift your knee and lower your knee. Plant your knee then and shift your whole body a little bit forward while keeping your knee planted. And this will pull on that muscle. Very nice. Finally, let's lift up the right foot and take a hold of it with your left hand. And very slowly move the heel from right to left. Breathing full breaths. And pulling on the muscles that need it. Okay, release the foot. Come back into a half split. So straighten the left leg out in front of you and fold over the leg. Move your right hip forward and back, so squaring and then opening your hips to feel the different sensations of stretch through your left leg. And as you find that real tight spot that you have, that tightest string of muscle and tendon that runs down through your leg, find that tightest pathway and lean into that. And just give it a gentle pull. Pull it to like 20, 30, 40%. And breathe. You can always move around a little bit. No need to be static. Your body is not a static entity. One of the things about asanas is they give you a shape to reach for, a shape to move into. They give you the different kind of blueprints for how you can put your body in space. But it's also very important to feel all of the juice that exists in between the asanas. All of the little crevices and unexplored areas of yourself that you can move into in between postures. So when you're in a posture like this, move around a bit. Find the tightness. Find some new position that no one's ever done before. Or some new series of movements that is arising spontaneously from your body. And if you don't know what to do, you can always just come back to the asana as it is, half split, and hold it. All right. Come back to seated. Bring your legs in front of you. And this time, lift your left knee towards your chest. Interlock your fingers behind the left thigh. And on an inhale, actually, before we do that, remember, active in your right leg, toes pointing up, and active in your lower back, so not collapsing, and chest up. With all of that engaged, interlock your fingers, inhale, lift the left leg up, pointed straight. And release. This side may feel different for you. It immediately feels different for me. There's a little click that wants to happen in my knee as it goes up, and I find that if I rotate my thigh inward a little bit, I can avoid that. It activates different muscles. So find a pathway of movement that is, what's the word, wholesome, like that doesn't cause you any pain or joint weirdness, right? A smooth movement that's supported by muscles. And if there's a certain point you can't go past, if there's ever a certain point that you can't go past without some joint weirdness, don't go past, only go that far. Always listen to your body, the sensations in your body. You're the one who's in there. Any teacher you have doesn't know better than you what's happening in your body. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay, lift your left leg up and hold it at the top. And tilt your knee right, your leg right and left. Feel the different muscles that get activated. I'm finding I'm much weaker on the left side. Okay, release your leg down. And we'll come into our low lunge on the other side. So right foot comes to the front of the mat, left foot back. Lower your left knee down. Oh, and sink down. Like you're sinking into a warm bath. Feel the stretch. Find out what you need. Opening the hips. Lift up your left heel. Take a hold of it with your right hand. And pull a little bit more. Open up front of your left hip. Full breaths, full breathing. Very nice. Release the leg, come back into a half split. Right leg is forward. Rotate a little bit side to side to feel for the tightness. Look for the tightness. And as you find the tightness, lean into it. Open it up a little bit. Let some sunlight pour in. Fill up the muscle. Fill up the muscle with like warm sunlight, you know? Open it up. Feel the stretch coming all the way up into your outer hip. You can turn your torso toward the right and look up. That really brings it to the outer hip. Or you can turn forward and fold down, which focuses it much more on the hamstrings. It's your practice. Okay, release. Very nice. Come to a seat on your mat. Move your chest in some circles here. Feeling the way that affects your hips, the way that it affects your knees, your lower back. Engage your core as you move in gentle circles. Come back to center and change the direction. Nice, slow circles with your chest. And come to rest in a cross-legged seat. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Part of practicing for a long time, part of having this goal of extending my practice and staying in it for a long time is to reinforce this understanding, this built-in understanding of patience and of the fact that life is happening right here, and that the only place you can access the sweetness and the richness of life is from right here. So settle in and remember that you don't have anywhere that you need to get to. You're there. You're here. I'm here. Be comfortable in your seat. Listen for a little while here. If you find you get very engrossed in your thoughts, just remember to watch your breathing again. Feel the air coming in your nostrils and the air coming out. And just listen to the sounds that are around you and listen to the sensations in your body. Open your eyes. Welcome back. Thank you very much. We'll come back into the physical practice now, the physical focus. So come up onto your feet. And just stand facing the front. Feet together or hip distance, whatever you like. Stand upright. Do what you like with your hands. Bring them to your chest, leave them at your side, put them on your waist. And what we're going to do is just come up slowly onto tiptoes on an inhale. And exhale slowly down in control. Moving very much in control and moving as slowly as you can. So extend your inhale to 10-15 seconds and use that inhale to stretch your movement. Same with the exhale. So we'll do 10 rounds or so of this, moving very slowly. Relax your face. Smile. You know, something that occurred to me once, it just popped into my head, is that part of becoming existentially mature, which is a phrase I kind of like, part of becoming existentially mature is realizing that you have the authority to smile upon the world, to smile upon existence. You have the authority to do that, to smile upon whatever is in front of you. So I invite you to exercise your authority and smile. Come to the full extension. Lift yourself up as high as you can. On your next one, incorporate your arms. As you lift up, lift your arms all the way up. Slowly, slowly, to their full extension. Look, smile straight ahead. Time you're up at the top, stay extended, stay on your tiptoes, balance, arms up, look front, woo. And lower it down. Shake your legs out a little bit, give us some jogging on the spot, maybe turn in a circle. Very nice, very nice. Okay. Next, we're gonna do some. We're gonna do some chair pose focused work here. I'm gonna start it with a sun salutation. So we'll do a hatha sun salutation. Once on the right, once on the left. So one full round, and then at the end we'll come up and I'll talk about the kind of chair stuff that we're gonna do. Chair is really good. Very good. Even if you don't like it, you can like it. I promise. Okay. Sun salutation. Bring your hands to your chest. Inhale and exhale. arms up, arch your back. Lift your chest. Exhale, full forward fold. Bring your hands to the mat. We'll move nice and slow, so actually stay here for a few breaths. Rest your tummy on your thighs. Engage your legs here. Engage your glutes. Engage the outsides of your legs. And just slightly pedal your legs. So straighten one and then the other, but not straightening all the way. Keep them bent. And engage the muscles in the outside of your hip, your glutes, all of this as you move. And breathing, of course. Okay, make a cup with your hands. Lift your chest up, straighten your legs. And exhale, step your right foot back and stay in a high lunge. Lift up here, engage your left glute, straighten your back leg. Lean forward as much as you need to. Tuck your tailbone in to keep your back leg straight and feel the stretch on the front of your thigh, front of your hip. Engage, once again, your left glute and sink a little bit lower, keeping your hips square. Very engaged pose here. See if you can lower right down so that your front leg is at 90 degrees. You can inch your back toes back a little bit if you need to. And lean your body on your left thigh. But keep the engagement in your left leg. So this is still very engaged. Your left glute, your left inner thigh, as you push your foot down into the mat. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Step your left leg back and lift up into a downward facing dog. Once again, we will stay here for a little while. So stretch out your fingertips, press into all your fingertips as spread out as they can get. Lift your hips, your sitting bones rather, all the way up to the sky, arch your lower back, and then press your heels down towards the mat. Lengthen the back of your legs. Push your shoulders out and come into the full expression of your mountain pose today. Okay, on an inhale, lift your right leg up and bring it forward to your chest. Step the right leg in between your hands and come up for your high lunge on the right side. Engage the outside of your right hip, your glute. Push down into your right heel and straighten your left leg. Engage your left hip. Engage the muscles that run down the inside of your left thigh. Sink down a little bit lower. If you can bring your right knee to 90 degrees, get there. And fold your torso down onto your right knee, your right thigh. Keeping the engagement in your glute. Press into your pinky toe on your right foot. Inhale, lift your arms up. Keep the glute engaged. And hands down to the mat. Step your step your left leg forward. And rest your torso on your thighs. Straighten your legs a little bit, one at a time, slowly, and open up the stretch through the outside of your right leg, and then the outside of your left leg. Same as we were doing before, feel into the tightness, feel into the stretch, where it is for you, how you can move to better open up that stretch. This is the kind of thing that you need to find within your body. Okay, inhale, lift your hands up, arch your back. Exhale, hands to your chest. Okay, this time we'll start with the left and we'll do it full speed. So no resting, just moving through one breath, one movement, sun salutation. Starting on the left, so inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, head up. Exhale, left leg back. High lunge, lift up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, downward facing dog. Hold here. Inhale, left leg up. And step it up in between the hands, high lunge. And I've just realized I've skipped a whole part of the sun salutations, but that's okay. Step your right leg forward and fold over your knees. With your knees bent, engaging your outside of your hips, engaging your glutes. Slowly lift your torso up and come into a sort of chair. And the main thing we're looking for is this engagement in the glutes and the outside of the hips. My heels are pushing away from each other and down into the mat. So keep this engaged position in your hips going. And slowly move between an arched and bent, like a cat and cow, in your lower back. As you keep your glutes engaged, moving back and forth between cat and cow. Really turning on the muscles here on the outside of your hips. Heels trying to rip the mat in half, pulling apart from each other. Keep going for 3, 2, and 1, and stand up. Very nice. Come down to a seated position. Oh, breathe, relax, relax, relax. Take in the air and let it back out to continue its journey. Sit down, bring your feet together in front of you, and let your hips open, let your knees open out wide. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of kind of free exploring time here in butterfly. Free time, free play. But stay roughly in butterfly. Bring your feet together in front of you. You can use your hands to grip your feet together. And what I'm gonna do is lean to one side, lean to the left, push down the right hip, the right knee. And feel what happens, what gets opened up. Feel the ways that the muscles in your legs connect up into your lower back. And switch sides. Feel the ways your hips are tight, or the ways that they don't feel quite right, maybe, or all this. You can lift up one knee, lean forward, open up the hip, lift the other knee, Lean forward, open up the hip. The goal here is to open up the hips. And feel the hips, feel into the hips. I think maybe there are secrets held in your hips. And it would be good to let them out. So move, stretch your hips, stretch your side body and your back as they connect into your hips. Once again, find new movements you've never done before. Here's a good one that I quite like. Meet me back in butterfly. Lift up your right leg and then reach your right arm forward around the leg so your armpit is on your knee. Then bring your hand to the floor. Then lean forward. This both opens up your hip, your right hip, on the inside of your groin, and it also opens up your right shoulder very nicely. So once you're in this position, then you can even lift up your right heel and bring your chin all the way to the ground. Now I'm opening both my shoulders and the back of my arms, and I'm opening both my hips. Very nice stretch. Stay here for a while. Don't get lazy either. If you're here stretching, feel for the stretch. Stick with it. Switch sides. Come back to center, butterfly. Now here, I'm sure you've tried before this movement where you flap your knees up and down in butterfly. Do that, but bring your heels as close to you as you can, or as close as is comfortable. And bring your knees part way up, then use your muscles to bring them much more up, and then gently bring them down. And then just speed that up, so you're using your muscles for the lift every time. You can even pair it with a Kapalbhati if you want, with a forceful exhale as you lift, and then just letting your lungs inhale. All right, relax. That one's very good for strengthening these muscles on the inside of your legs. Okay. Now, bring your legs in front of you. Bring your right knee underneath your left knee, and bring your right heel, all the way to the outside of your left hip. So your leg is curled under. Now, you can leave your left foot in the front and just make some circles with your upper body And feel into the different ways that you can pull on your right outer hip. This is a kind of hip closing. Lean all the way to the right. Lean all the way to the front. Feel your different angles here, pulling on the muscle. Find the best one, the best one, and pull on that for a little while. Now, as your left leg is still out in front of you, if you want to take your right hand to the outside of your left ankle and lean forward, and then turn your torso to the right. Oh yeah, that really stretches the outside of the right hip and the back of the left leg. Very good. Try actively pushing your right knee into the floor while you pull on the stretch. Very nice. Sit back up. Bring your left leg so that your left knee is on top of your right knee, and your left heel comes outside your right hip. Something like this. Now again, do some circles here, some movements to find the different angles that you can pull on both of your hips. And focus on opening your left hip now, or closing it, I guess, opening the outside of your left hip. Lean forward. Find the tightness. Pull it open slowly, but consistently. What happens if you lean all the way to the right and lift up your left arm? And then lean forward a bit. Ooh. What happens if you lean left? That's a different feeling. It's a different stretch. What happens if you lean back and twist a little bit? And lean back and twist the other way. All different sensations, and all good. All different angles that you can pull on the tightness. And open it up. Open it up. Release your legs back to the front. This time, take your left knee, or your left ankle underneath your right knee, and then bring your left heel all the way outside your right hip, keeping your right leg straight in front of you, and make some circles. Feel the different angles. Certainly some of the same stretches we were just getting, but slightly different. Different emphasis, different angle. Move around and come to your forward fold over top of your right leg. So take your right ankle in your left hand. And fold. Get that stretch through the back of your right leg. Feels really nice. Very tight here. Breathe. Open her up. Nice. Bring your right knee over top of your left knee. Oh yeah. And start moving around. Start opening up that tightness, especially in the right hip. But as you lean to the right, you can bring it into the left hip. You can bring it into the lower back, into the side body. And you can keep it moving. Okay, release your legs. Bring them wide, out to either side. Not crazy wide, just wide enough that you can sit upright comfortably. And walk your fingers a little bit forward to start to feel, oh yeah, the stretch for your inner legs. Be gentle with this one. And start your deep breathing going, and we'll slowly walk our hands over to the right, and then back over to the left. Back and forth with your breath. As you come to the left, let your right hip lift up and bring your inner right foot onto the floor and come all the way outside your left leg to complete the stretch. And then sink, as you move back towards center, sink both your hips down. And as you come right, lift your left hip up and fold all the way over the right leg. Keep this movement going nice and slow. If there's anywhere in this range of motion where you feel particular tightness, a particular restriction, you can pause there for a little bit and focus on that. Open up that restriction. Okay, try this. Walk your hands over to the left, drop your left elbow onto the floor, and lift your right hand over your side body, over your ear, to grab your foot. Feel a stretch through your right outer side body. And walk it back to the right. Same thing, drop your right elbow and stretch your left side body. All kinds of tightness. Oh. Come to center and slide your hands a little bit more forward. Open the stretch. Once you find your limit, no need to push too hard past there. Just find your limit. Hold that edge. Okay, very nice. Come onto your back once again. Oh. Bring your heels right to your sitting bones. Lift your sitting bones on top of your heels. And then pedal your legs. Actually, come up onto your elbows or your hands. And then pedal your legs. Move your hips around. Move your ankles around. Stretch the fronts of your legs. Stretch your shoulders. I'm going to take a quick forward fold here. And come to a seat. Come to the middle of the mat. Sit cross-legged. Or however is comfortable. And breathe. I'm going to close the practice shortly. But we'll close with a little bit of sitting, a little bit of intentional listening as a kind of marker of the ending. You know, it's like a frame around a painting. It's like something you do as respect to the art. So, taking an intentional rest at the beginning and at the end of the practice, it's the same thing. You know, it's like a ritual. So sit comfortably. Come back into this space of your listening. You are this space of your listening. This space that everything that you perceive arises within this space that is your awareness, your listening. So keep your eyes closed. And just morph into the space that everything is arising within. Be the space. Bring your hands together at your chest. Take a deep breath. Smile. thanks to yourself for being here. Give thanks to the space that you're in that's holding this practice. Smile to yourself.